John David McAfee was a British-American computer programmer, businessman, and two-time presidential candidate. In 1987 he wrote the first commercial antivirus software, founding McAfee Associates to sell his creation. McAfee resigned in 1994 and sold his remaining stake in the company. McAfee became the company's most vocal critic in later years, urging consumers to uninstall the company's antivirus software, which he characterized as bloatware. McAfee has also disavowed the company's continued use of his name in branding, a practice that has persisted in spite of a short-lived corporate rebrand attempt under Intel ownership. McAfee's wealth peaked in 2007 at $100 million, before his fortunes plummeted in the financial crisis of 2007-2008. After leaving McAfee Associates, he founded the company's Tribal Voice, Quorum X, and Future Tense Central, among others, and was involved in leadership positions in the company's Everykey, MGT Capital Investments, and LexCorp, among others. His personal and business interests included smartphone apps, cryptocurrency, yoga, and recreational drug use. He resided for a number of years in Belize, but returned to the United States in 2013 while wanted in Belize for questioning on suspicion of murder. McAfee was also a political activist. He unsuccessfully sought the Libertarian Party nomination for President of the United States in 2016 and 2020. In October 2020, McAfee was arrested in Spain over U.S. tax evasion charges. U.S. federal prosecutors brought criminal and civil charges alleging McAfee failed to pay income taxes over a 4-year period. On the 23rd of June 2021, McAfee was found dead due to an apparent suicide by hanging in a prison cell near Barcelona shortly after his extradition to the U.S. was authorized by Spain. McAfee was born in Cinderford, in the Forest of Dean, Gloucestershire, United Kingdom, on a U.S. Army base. To an American father, who was stationed there, and a British mother, he was primarily raised in Salem, Virginia. McAfee said that he felt as much British as he felt American. When McAfee was 15, his father, an abusive alcoholic, killed himself with a gun. He received a bachelor's degree in mathematics in 1967 from Roanoke College, which subsequently awarded him an honorary Sc.D. degree in 2008. McAfee was employed as a programmer by NASA's Institute for Space Studies in New York City from 1968 to 1970, working on the Apollo program. From there, he went to UNIVAC as a software designer, and later to Xerox as an operating system architect. In 1978, he joined Computer Sciences Corporation as a software consultant. He worked for consulting firm Booz Allen Hamilton from 1980 to 1982. In the 1980s, while employed by Lockheed, McAfee received a copy of Brain, the first computer virus for the PC, and began developing software to combat viruses. In 1987, McAfee founded McAfee Associates, which sold his program, the first antivirus software to market. The company was incorporated in Delaware in 1992, and had its initial public offering the same year. In 1994, 2 years after McAfee Associates went public, McAfee sold his remaining stake in the company. He had no further involvement in its operations. After various mergers and ownership changes, Intel acquired McAfee in August 2010. In January 2014, Intel announced that McAfee-related products would be marketed as Intel Security. McAfee expressed his pleasure at the name change, saying, "I am now everlastingly grateful to Intel for freeing me from this terrible association with the worst software on the planet." Other business ventures that were founded by McAfee include Tribal Voice, which developed one of the first instant messaging programs, Powwow. In 2000, he invested in and joined the board of directors of Zone Labs, makers of firewall software, prior to its acquisition by Checkpoint Software in 2003. In August 2009, the New York Times reported that McAfee's personal fortune had declined to $4 million from a peak of $100 million due to the effect of the financial crisis of 2007-2008 on his investments. In 2009, McAfee was interviewed in Belize for the CNBC special, The Bubble Decade, in which it was reported that he had invested in and/or built many mansions in the USA that went unsold when the 2007 global recession hit. The report also discussed his quest to produce plants for possible medicinal uses on his land in Belize. In February 2010, McAfee started the company Quorum X, headquartered in Belize, which aimed to produce herbal antibiotics that disrupt quorum sensing in bacteria. In June 2013, McAfee uploaded a parody video titled How to Uninstall McAfee Antivirus onto his YouTube channel. In the video, McAfee criticized McAfee's antivirus software while snorting white powder and being stroked and undressed by scantily clad women. The video has garnered over 10 million views. McAfee told Reuters that he made the video to ridicule the media's negative coverage of him. A spokesman for McAfee Inc.